Hey guys, welcome back to Monster Prom. This is TGA Gamer Girl signing on. So, last episode, we started the game, decided to be a cute little Frankenstein girl, and I decided to go for the crazy mermaid girl. Let's continue. That day you're the first one in class. You sometimes come early because you enjoy talking to the teacher. He's a bit bitter, but in a cool way. He treats you like an adult, and the two of you discuss life and stuff in a very snarky way. Look at you, excelling at cliched movie tropes. 2 smarts and 1 valuable life insight that will help you face the difficulties of being young. Another day of class, another seemingly arbitrary group project given by Mrs. the Loch Ness Monster. Nessie is one of our teachers. Upgrade calculuster? What is every other group going to do for this assignment? He's our only robo-classmate. Yeah, besides, calculuster is absolutely perfect as he is. Error. Factual inaccuracy. I have many bugs. Having bugs doesn't make you any less perfect. Swarms of flesh-eating beetles often follow in my dreadful wake, and I'm still crazy hot. I too sometimes become crazy hot. It is called overheating, and it is yet another problem with my physical form. Just let me improve your self-esteem, mechanical mortal! I mean, hooray! Body positivity! Look, I get where you're coming from, Zoe, and calculuster is great as he is. But your grades won't be unless we buckle down. Buckling down is what you're best at, other than guessing which classmate would like what response, but now isn't the time for that. We should improve him as an individual by improving the only traits that matter in life: smarts, charm, creativity, boldness, and fun. Which is our stats. Yeah. Yes, of course. In immersing myself in completely in spooky high, I've quickly come to realize that the traits like honor, nobility, empathy, and logic have no place here. Avoid girl and Riley called a calculuster, and let's farm those stats. Well, we're already in class, so that's 1 smarts for calculuster, right? All we have to do is finish this assignment, which we'll do by getting him 1 smarts. Booyah! Next we should get some creativity. By rehearsing for a play in the auditorium, and then we can get some boldness in the bathroom. What? Why would you get boldness from going to the bathroom? That makes no goddamn sense. I don't know, but I got it. Logic dictates that it requires absolutely no boldness for carbon-based life forms to fulfill basic biological functions. Yeah, that's what I was saying. However, fulfilling those same biological functions as a non-living entity requires a great deal of boldness. QED, bitches! To the bathrooms! You scamper off to the toilet zone, where calculuster takes the boldest artificial dump you've ever seen. I stand corrected! You tally up your results, and it turns out you've collected 2 smarts, 2 creativity, and 2 boldness. You split all the proceeds, and you end up with 2 smarts and 1 creativity. Because math isn't a stat at this high school. Okay. Oh, looks like you're sitting with Zoe again. You sit down with Zoe and Miranda. Miranda is paying no attention to her eating serfs, and Zoe is paying too much attention to them.
Disgusting!
What are you doing, Zoe? Don't you know how rude it is to ogle another woman's eating serfs? I'm not ogling, I'm researching for my fanfic. My dear, when it is about royalty, it is not called fanfic. It is called propaganda. What? Oh, I'm not writing about you right now. I'm writing about your eating serfs. What? Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm going to really dive into their inner lives and their hopes, dreams, and desires. Oh, don't be silly. Serfs don't have any of those things. Do they, serfs? The eating serfs' eyes dart between Miranda and Zoe, terrified. Should they speak? Or just shut up and eat. I feel like that one is going to... Top one. Oh, I'm sorry, Miranda. I didn't realize your serves were common and inexpensive. I won't ask them any questions. Wait! Of course my serves are expensive and rare. They're the most expensive and most rare. So you're saying they do have rich inner lives? Rich? Why, their inner lives are positively wealthy, opulent even. Tell them, serfs. And Miranda's urging her serfs share with you their childhood dreams of becoming marine biologists, their mutual love of ukulele music, and their well-reasoned opinions of income inequality.
Spoiler alert, you rock.
Wow, thanks you two. This really is a wealth of information. Of course it is. Once again, it looks like Lion was the answer. Zoe's certainly grateful. I helped you out, Zoe.
Let's go.
I think I'm still gonna, end up... That day, while rehearsing for the class play, is as though the muses themselves had descended to give you figurative oral sex. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It'll be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. +2 creativity. Somebody puts a sack over your head and throws you in a car. You drive for hours before they let you out and take off the sack. It's clearly the first floor restroom. Miranda is sitting on a makeshift throne while her goons jump in and out of the toilet.
Greetings and salutations.
I'm glad you came. My prom queen campaign is moving on to the next stage. Your expertise is crucial for this part. Most of my inner circle are fish. Hardly helpful unless genetically engineered beyond recognition. Speaking of which, I need you to help me sneak a 3-meter-tall, heavily armed caught assassin named Tresca into the school. No reason, but if you're friends with that seeming harlot Ariel, you'd best say your goodbyes. Do nothing. Every student at our school is some kind of piss hard monster. We need a diversion. Release the Kraken! Fish hit drums, and menacing beat culminates. Synchronous crescendo, you feel it dump down below, and then a whisper. Oh, great. The Kraken's stuck in the sewers again. Take the plunger and help the 7-ton monster out. You hurt the octopuppy. You lose 2 charm. Ah. I just wanted to release the Kraken.
Let's go.
I didn't give me anything for Miranda. That day, the teacher is just tired of teaching, so she recurs to the classic technique of not giving a shit and putting on some kind of historical TV show for you to watch. What you don't expect is that it's super effective. God bless the golden area of television. The TV show is compelling thanks to the ridiculous amount of nudity and bloodshed. But at the same time, you actually learn a lot about history. Gain 2 smarts. You're minding your own business when Miranda comes rushing up to you, clearly distraught. Most terrible news, friend. I have just watched the documentary Game of Thrones, and now I fear for my own royal family. Girl! I did not realize how susceptible we might be to random acts of treachery, or how often we romance our siblings. I don't want to be shot in the chest by a crossbow while sitting on the toilet. That doesn't sound proper at all. Please help me put my poor mind at ease. How can I possibly identify potential traitors in my court? Just keep an eye out for the classic signs. Shifty eyes, hooded black cloaks, ordering knives in bulk. But that would mean...
Disgraceful.
Could Lord Darkheart Stabbington be a traitor? Well, with a name like that, I must warn Father at once. We have to find a new royal babysitter. A rose by any other name would smell sweet. Unless that name is Darkheart Stabbington. You gain 2 smarts and 1 money as a reward.
Let's go.
Oh, looks like she's sitting with Wolfie Boy this time. You arrive at Scott and Miranda's table to find Scott happily chowing down while Miranda stares horrified at her tray. What's wrong, Miranda?
Yeah.
Isn't it obvious? Right here on my tray. Fish sticks. Yeah, Fish Stick Fridays. Isn't it great? It is not great, Scott. The fish are my subjects. This is clearly the work of the air people.
What?
Air people? Yes! Do you not know of the air people? The merfolk's most hated rivals? Don't you read the news? Yeah, sure, because I totally know how to read. What? Well, I must insist you cease eating those fish sticks immediately. It's high treason.
No.
But I've been looking forward to Fish Stick Friday since last Fish Stick Friday. Sure I can't eat any? He's asking Miranda while holding a fish stick really close to his mouth, but you feel like you've got a better answer to settle this argument. You blurt out, haven't you heard, Scott? Fish sticks make you worse at sports. They contain Oh no, not nerdoflavin and baltropin. Don't even. Those are two of the worst ones. Do the air people want me to be bad at sports? Of course they do, Scott. The air people hate sports and sportsmen. It is one of the most loathsome things about them. Aside from their feathers and their socialism. Well then, I'm not gonna eat any more fish sticks ever again. Fish Stick Friday? More like fish stick... fish stick. Friday? Yeah! Man, I gotta tell the rest of the wolf pack about this. Scott runs off to spread anti-air people propaganda and Miranda gives you a most real smile. I decided to go for the frickin' homicidal mermaid. I'm going to the bathroom again. Wait, you have a shop? Yeah, I'm selling the cards. It's like some kind of fashion accessory? It's not as if I'm trying to dispose of it. Look, I just wanted to go to the bathroom. Jeez, what are you doing? Making it, putting your shop in there.
Let's go.
That day, you were astonished by the new stuff you learned in class. You thought high school was all about doing stupid shit with your friends and trying to find true love. Who would have thought that class could actually be useful? What a nice surprise! You gain 1 valuable lesson. Good luck trying to use that in this game. And 2 smarts. Now you've got a problem, though. You've got to do a group math presentation with Calculaster, Scott, Miranda, and Dahlia. And none of you are the least bit prepared. That sounds like Dahlia, Jesus! Can you make her available in Monster Camp? I don't know if there's any like love interest thing going on in Monster Camp, so I am incensed. Is not math a subject? Yet we behave as if we are ITS subjects. We are its subjects, bending to its will. Calculaster, as your computer, can we not pay you some paltry sum to merely calculate us a presentation? First of all, that is racist. Second of all, I too anticipated that this group project would pose me no difficulty. That is, until I learned of our topic. You mean why 3 is the coolest number in the alphabet? In hindsight, it was probably an error to allow you to select our topic. 3 is not a number. Sure it is. It's between 3 and 5. You were thinking of the number 4. Oh, yep, my bad. But it is far too late now to change the topic of our presentation. What shall we do? Never surrender, Scotty boy. We'll make 3 into a real number. With our fists! That is not how numbers function. Oh yeah? Says who? Math. Well, it looks like we'll just have to conquer math. With our fists. Conquest! Yes! That's more like it. I want to help. I love helping. I too will support this doomed crusade, as that is what I have deduced a true friend would do. Okay, great. Everybody's on board. That just leaves one nagging question. How are you actually supposed to conquer math? With our fists! With biological warfare! That sounds like Miranda's thing! The biggest challenge in your war against math is that math is an abstract concept, and thus difficult to fight a war against. Luckily for you, biology is also an abstract concept. Problem solved! Using a moldy sandwich, an ancient copy of The Origin of Species, and some hardcore pornography, you summon the avatar of biology. Wow, okay, hardcore porn. Yes, go forth, biology! Defend my honor! And look, the physical manifestation of math has stepped out of the chalkboard in a cloud of polynomials and pencil shavings. I still say we could have done this with our fists. Oh no! Math has delivered a wicked right hook to biology's face! My poor champion! Don't worry guys, it's nothing some good old-fashioned cheerleading can't fix. 2, 4, 6, 8... No! Scott, you're only making math stronger. It's got biology in the headlock. Sorry, I mean... B-I-O-L-O-G-Y! Punch the sucker in the eye! Yes, punching! It's working! Biology has the upper hand! Keep cheering, Scott! Keep cheering! Tree, aggressive! Tree, aggressive! It is done. Biology has conquered math. I would calculate the probability of this occurrence, but it no longer seems possible to calculate anything. Luckily, Spooky High has a backup math generator for just such emergencies, so you're still able to gain 2 boldness and 1 charm.
Let's go.
No, she's sitting with Wolfie Boy again. As you approach Scott and Miranda's table, you see that the entire table is covered in exotic silverware. Oh, what's that one for? That's the forking spoon. It's a spoon for picking up your forks so that you don't have to touch them with your fingers. And that one? Oh, that's the tuning fork. It's for making sure all your other silverware is tuned to A minor as is proper. What about this one? That's a dairy knife. It's for milk. Wow! Do people ever invent new silverwares? All the time, but none of them are any good. It would take a genius of true subtlety to improve on the existing canon. A genius of true subtlety? Genius and subtlety are your middle fucking names. You suggest the ultimate new silverware. The salad harp. Hands. Well, I like the salad harp. That actually sounds really nice. A harp? For salad? Why has no one thought of this before? Because it's hard to eat salad with a harp? Cretin, who said anything about eating? Isn't that what silverware is for? Perish the thought! The true purpose of silverware is to give your hands something to do while you elegantly avoid your food. And nothing is more elegant than playing a subtle lament on a harp while your serfs eat your salad for you. My serfs have finished my lunch for me. I'm off to have a harp commissioned. Miranda takes you harp shopping with her. It's a real bonding experience. Afterwards, you both ignore a salad together at a fancy restaurant. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's see. Now I'll go to the bathroom. You tell yourself in the mirror that you're so bold you would kill a tiny bug-eyed turtle with your bare hand. Please don't. That monstrous axe gives you... it doesn't... Oh, come on, you're just talking to yourself in the mirror. Where's the merit in that? You know what? You can keep 2 boldness anyway for saying that. Woe is me! What's wrong now, princess? Could Miranda possibly be doing this because she wants attention? Only one way to find out. Give her what she wants! Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was standing here, suffering gallantly in silence. She did, and she wasn't, but okay. I had the most tragic injustice befall me earlier this morn. I was rejected from our school's water polo team. Can't you just do swimming? They claimed I was mistaken about how polo was conducted underwater. Excuse me, but I was raised underwater? Well, actually, water polo? That's pool volleyball. You're not underwater. Not entirely. How is one even supposed to play water polo without a heavily armored seahorse as a mount? How, I ask you? Perhaps I offended them when I implied they were too impoverished to afford sea steeds. If so, why I would have loved to make reparations. But it may be too soon for me to show my face. Would you be so kind as to take them a gift of this omelet to begin the healing? I am told that peasants consider eggs to be a delicacy. Obviously. What would make the gesture even better is the personal touch of toppings, caviar, eel, chocolate-covered scarabs, sand crabs. They'll never forget this was a present from a mer princess. Why, yes, of course! Chocolate-covered sand crabs, the food of my people. Nothing says fit for a mermaid princess like a breakfast of seafood. As we say in my kingdom, wake up and smell the slowly rotting whale carcass, and then come have a bite before we head off to the day's executions. I'm sure you have a similar saying here. Thank you so much for your service, my hero, and Godspeed to you for your seafood-filled omelet. And make sure to take lots of pictures of them eating the eggs, so we can all remember how generous I was. Sweet! I mean, less sweet in that you now have to carry eggs filled with dead fish across campus to the water polo club's headquarters. But did you see how happy Miranda looked? Happy as a clam, wasn't it? Who wasn't baked into an omelet? 2 charm and 1 creativity. The last 4 days.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think I'm just ending up with Miranda. That day you learn a ton of spells that are as cool as they are seemingly useless. A spell to renew sticker stickiness. A spell to turn chocolate and vanilla ice cream into vanilla and chocolate. A spell to gain +2 smarts. You actually use that spell and gain +2 smarts. Jeez, I am a genius at this point. Oh, woe's me! Alas and alack a day! What now, drama queen? Miranda's throwing a hissy fit. Must be Tuesday. So, what else are you going to do? Study? Oh, hello, don't mind me. I'm simply enduring the most horrible injustice to happen to anyone ever. Like what? You were told no? You shan't believe such cruelty could happen at our own school, but just today, Miss the Loch Ness Monster told me that I shall be receiving a B+ in her class. A B+! And all because I seldom attended. Well, attendance is kind of an important thing when it comes to school. Does she not understand the importance of my daily royal manicures? Such a horrid grade will surely cause father to cease paying for my seahorse insurance as punishment. And then how shall suitors call upon me? Oh, the tragedy! If only someone knew of a way I could, I don't know, perhaps break into Principal Giant Spider's office, access his private computer, and alter my grade? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint. Stick a web of flies outside the principal's office. When he goes to eat, we sneak in to cheat. My ladies-in-waiting are expert lace makers. I'm sure they shall have no problem dropping everything in order to detain a variety of bugs. Indeed, they don't, or are too terrified to object. And they create a sticky, gooey web. Principal Giant Spider emerges to gorge on dung beetles that still smell of shit, which is apparently a thing spiders like. You and Miranda sneak into his office and, using skills you learned in Cyber Terrorism 101, oh dear, hack into the files in no time. Oh, look at that! I have an A+! I guess I underestimated my own amazingness. I'm very surprised by this development. I suppose as long as we're here, I might as well fill this thumb drive with top-secret school security footage. No reason. That seems on the level? Dude. Definitely don't ask any follow-up questions. Just gain 3 charm and be good.
Let's go.
Huh. She's sitting with Calculester. You arrive at your chosen table to find that Miranda has locked one of her eating serfs in an Iron Maiden. I'm unfazed, but Calculester is very phased. Friend Miranda is unlocking your unpaid intern in a spike-filled sarcophagus. Unethical. Unethical? Unethical. Adjective. Inconsistent with rules and standards of ethics. Sorry about that. Mom was warning me about with how windy it is out there right now. Or even later. We never know when these power outages are gonna hit us. Ethics? Oh, you mean those things poor people have instead of royal titles. But I thought that ethics were a critical part of being a good organic creature. That's a common misconception. The key to being good is having a lot of money and punishing anyone who dares disrespect you. For example, this saucy serf dared to put ketchup on the hot dog she was eating on my behalf. As if I were the sort of person to put ketchup on a hot dog. 48 hours in the Iron Maiden should teach her. Warning, friend's statements are inconsistent with eternal moral compass. Existential crisis imminent. Uh-oh. Quick, set Minerva straight! Or set Calculester crooked. Oh, I am going for Miranda.
My knight in shiny armor.
Right you are, Riley. Luckily, I always keep the second Iron Maiden on hand for emergencies. An Iron Maiden is an ineffective form of punishment for me, as I am made of steel and do not require sleep or freedom. However, I understand that punishing me is important to you, and so I will attempt to appear upset. Engage, lamentation. Oh, no, please, I am punished. Well, that's more like it. Maybe you'll think twice before disagreeing with me in the future. I think trillions of times per second, but for the sake of simplicity, yes, I agreed to think at least twice. Calculus remains in the Iron Maiden for the rest of lunch. Doesn't seem to mind. And you get some alone time with Miranda. Nice.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there were like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. Game 2 fun. Oh my word, what a wonderful, beautiful, exciting day. I hope someone can share in my joy. My great sea monster Unholy Terror McCrackenface O Cthulhu has just received an award for her work with shipwrecks. She's now one of their leading causes. I want you to send to her my congratulations, but no one from the Postal Service will go near her lair for fear of their lives. Oh, if only some brave hero would volunteer to deliver this important and time-sensitive missive. Why is a letter of congratulations so time-sensitive, you ask? Woo! It's because of... Well, you see, it's that these are very special congratulations. With instructions to do something congratulatory for herself. You know, just get a letter. There's something fishy about with this request, but you've never let it stop you before. You've come up with a foolproof plan. Hire Scuba, the underwater taxi service, and deliver the letter for you. Dynamite the toilet. Okay, that's funny. If you want something done right and there is absolutely no way to pawn it off on someone else, do it yourself. You grab the stick of dynamite you won from Damien in a game of multiplayer solitaire and head to the bathroom. From an environmentalist standpoint, it's probably not great that the school sewer system leads directly to the heart of the ocean. But it's great for your purpose. You swim all the way to the lair of Great Aunt Sea Monster Unholy Terror of a Kraken-Faced Cthulhu, who you must admit looks fantastic for a beast of a certain number of centuries. You give her the letter and crawl back up the toilet before you can find out what she means by stay for dinner. A few days later, you see fruits, demare, of your labor. Thank you so much for getting my letter to Aunt Sea Monster. She said she would act on it immediately. Act on the congratulations that I sent by thanking me. Which she did. So it's all over and neatly wrapped up now. Nothing further can happen here. Yep, seems entirely legit. Glad you swam down a toilet for whatever totally above board operation is going on here. 2 charm and 1 boldness. Monster Prom draws near. Yeah.
Let's go.
Prom? Sure. How could I say no to my beautiful accomplice? What do I mean by accomplice? I mean, it was clear all this time, right? I stole some eggs from that sea monster, then my serfs cooked an omelet, and you took pictures of the water polo team eating it. And remember when we totally stole the addresses of the whole team from Principal Giant Spider's computer? Such a good time. It was just a matter of time delivering the pictures and addresses to the sea monster, who, by my calculations, will soon be hunting all of those unpolite peasants down. They rejected me, and I'm sure it has always been clear that you do not reject Miranda Vanderbilt. So, in a way, it was sort of all on them, right? It's been so sweet of you, my charming knightess in shining armor. Damn. I feel a bit bad, both for being an accomplice to multiple manslaughter, and for feeling weirdly aroused by Miranda's ruthlessness. But love is blind, so a date it is. You have a delightful evening, and in the end, isn't that what counts? Is it? By the end of it, Miranda even invites you to her house to show you the corpses of the water polo team, which she's stolen from their funerals.
No one messes with Miranda Vanderbilt.
You're still troubled by the fact that kind of excites you. But obviously Miranda isn't troubled about being excited by a successful merciless vendetta. So you end up calculating your victory and feasting over what's left of her enemies. Riley, most likely to marry a zebra. Miranda's quote. What? Why can't I use my quote insert for this quote? How disastrous! Those 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Miranda used her vast knowledge of serfs to get a job handpicking the best serfs for other people. Unsurprisingly, she ended up leaving her serfs to do the work. Vera kept being fierce, strong, and stunning. Some haters once said adult life would put that mean bitch in her place. But you know what? Vera ended up making adult life her own bitch. Zoe dedicated the next several years to writing her most ambitious fanfic ever. It focused on the struggles of Shaggy containing and controlling his power, really? The Shaggy meme? It delved into the psychological nuances of the mystery game, while also including crossovers with Akira, Flubber, and the unbearable lightness of being. It was set to mix Tolstoy's mastery of prose and the juiciness of a very juicy Big Mac. It ended up entertaining the Western literary canon. For those 6 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom may have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But, once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start! So, that was Monster Prom. Shortest playthrough ever. Honestly though, it's a cute little game with a nice sense of humor. Artwork's nice. There's not really a lot to say about it, unfortunately. It's simple. I do recommend playing it if you just want a quick run, if you just want to do a quick run and see some of the other characters. Hope you enjoyed this short playthrough. See you in the next one. Till then, this is the Gamer Girl, signing off. Bye bye.
Checking at the entrance, right on time. Got your junkies, got your glass. Just try to loosen up your mind. Get ready for a fiendish blast. I'm feeling